Okay, guys, welcome back. Welcome to the xsinick show. We're gonna continue working on that box, and yeah, if anyone wants to jump in, we could do different things in the stream. I guess we could segue into some drawing and coloring. But I'm gonna start back with that box tutorial. We were doing an ammo box. It's part of you know, it's part of me trying to just strip back some 3D stuff and some design stuff to something very simple that almost anyone who's into art could kind of pick up and follow easily and even try. So without further without further explanation, let's just jump right in there. If you got any questions, feel free to DM me on Discord. Feel free to leave me a message here in the suggestion box here in this channel, or right here as I'm chatting to you live. You could just post something right there in the chat, or if you're watching me on YouTube, just leave a comment. Either way, I'll check it out, and we'll see if we could tailor this to help as many of us as possible, and make it interesting. Okay, guys, let's go. Welcome to the show. Okay, last time we were in the Gimp, so let's start that. So the Gimp is a free program you could use. You could download it online. It's kind of like Photoshop. It's very much like Photoshop, not kinda. So this is the Gimp. It has all the tools up there. I'm just configuring the Gimp here to look a little more Photoshop-like with the single toolbar on the side here, and then you have your options over here. I'm just gonna close this and reopen it so it holds on to my changes. Okay, let's open that file with the box and see what we're working with. Ammo case. Here we go. This is what we were working on. Okay, so this is what we're gonna make in 3D. So I'm gonna save this as a standard JPEG. You can use a PNG or JPEG because it's a bit lighter. I'll put ammo case concept. There we go. So we could start to build this in Blender. So I'm thinking I'm going to use Blender to build this because Blender is I think it's a lot more accessible than 3D Code. 3D Code you could get for free online. It's like a trial version, and then I think 3D Code, I forget how much it is, maybe like $300 for it. It's a lot cheaper than ZBrush and other Autodesk products, but who, you can't beat free, right? If Blender is free, a lot of people are you could just use that. So let's fire up Blender and get going. So I'm going to close the Gimp. I'm going to fire Blender up. So I'm using Blender 3.65. I know there's Blender 4. I'm not going to use Blender 4 as of yet, only because I have some plugins that work with the 3.6 series, and once those plugins are updated to Blender 4, then I'll probably use them. I'll probably make the switch. Okay, let's go.
How interesting. Just look at that.
Oh yeah, xsinick, you think that's interesting? Okay. Let's for a PureRef, it's a program that you could put images into and it will float on top of anything that you have. Or you could use a free one called bref, which is the same thing. Alright, so let's use PureRef for now. A lot of people know PureRef. Pure. Okay, let's bring that up, and then we're gonna put our concept in here so we could model it in Blender. Okay, let's go get the concept drawing. It's in the objects. Okay, ammo case. Lovely. So I got this. Dumping that here. So this is what we're going to model in Blender. It's basically a fancy box. Or a somewhat fancy box. Okay, so let's start with a cube. Okay, so Blender normally opens up with a cube like this, and first of all, I'm going to just get the general shape of this. So at this point in time, we could eyeball things, right? So I'm going to scale along the Y, make this like about so. Right? It's kind of along the same lines. It's a little bit longer, so scale. Go like about so. So I'm getting the overall shape. Okay. Then I'm going to split this down in half by pressing Tab, right click, sorry, Control R. You can see the keyboard shortcuts above xsinick's head, like so. Select that. Let's delete these polygons. Alright, so we got something like this. So I'm going up here in my menu and I'm going to see backface culling on. And that's important when you're modeling to know, like, you know, see the back faces on things. Let's make this PureRef box a little bit smaller. There you go. That's better. Alright, and I'm going to tell this to take a random color. Okay. You could apply a mirror modifier on here. Come over here, look for the modifier tab, Blender, add modifier. Yeah, of course my box is blocking that, so we want mirror. Mirror modifier. I'm gonna mirror it along the Y, so whatever we do here is gonna be reflected over here. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get a general out. So I start with the outside, going on the outside in. So let's just try to get this shape here. So I'm gonna right click, subdivide this, like so, and something like that. I'm gonna press S and then X and scale that in some. Then I'm gonna press Control B for bevel. Give it a slight little bevel like so. Something like that. I'm gonna select the two parts here. This part here, that part there. Scale that. So we get some of what's happening here. Now notice that these have like a notch like that. Let's select this middle part here. Bring it out a bit. Grab, X, I'm gonna move it down a bit to allow for more handle things happening over here. I'm gonna grab this plane, and this is a little trick here. You could like duplicate this face, press G for grab, and kind of snap it right here, so you know how much like how equal this is to get some of that. So we could go a little bit more. Let's delete that. Let's select this middle part here again. Grab. Let's bring that up. Let's bring that over until we get like something that's just as wide as here. All right. Let's make this a little bit wider. I'm gonna do that by selecting this right here. And just grab and then X, and let's move this back a bit. So we almost want this width happening. So whatever this is, we want happening over here and that kind of thing. So I'm gonna grab that, duplicate that, snap that there. So you see we still have a little ways to go. Let's do that. So I'm looking kind of proportionately, and it's good to model like this without, I mean, you could literally take this image and put it in the background and just model to that, but it's good to train your eye on how things are proportioned. So when you're modeling freestyle, you know, things look kind of okay. Let's bring that over here. Let's just go back just a little bit. Put something like that. Just delete this little placeholder. Let's just take this placeholder. Let's bring him out. Okay. Okay, see, like we're getting somewhere with this. I'm gonna make a cut right here. Delete that. Yeah, looking at this now. I'm going to do some bevel edges, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to select edges, select this edge, select that edge, select this edge. Now let's bevel it by pressing Ctrl B. A little more extreme. Alright, that's good. So we have all this in handle. I think that's a lot in handle. We probably need less. I'm going to select the handle part here and bring this in a bit. Grab X, go a little bit in. I'm going to select everything else and try to bring it up to that handle. Wireframe, select it. Select everything else. Scale X. Make it a little bit like that. Grab X. Move move that a little bit like that. Working in wireframe is also pretty good. Let's bring it a little more. Let's move it a little closer. Probably something like that. Okay, I think the handle is doing pretty good. Let's go back to solid mode. Notice the outline of the handle here has these kind of like little grippy things. We could try to replicate that. I'm gonna select these 2 points, these 2 edges, and I'm gonna subdivide. Let's give it some subdivide. I want more than just those 2, so I'm gonna subdivide it maybe like about 4. Then select these edges right here and bevel those. Okay. Then I'm going to select these points, these polygons in here. I'm gonna grab and then X and move those up. Actually, we could almost get that back. So let's just do like this. Grab X. It's not bad. Something like so. Can I get that back? So the most important thing is like working on the silhouette of what these things are. So you could almost go to like a view like this and just work on just these shapes. And what these shapes would mean.
Come on, let's do party.
Okay, let's see if we could grab this outline shape like this. Select these like so. One good thing to do is to see, I'm thinking that the handle still looks like it's taking over, but we could always adjust the proportions. So I'm gonna press Ctrl A to apply rotations. Go back into here. Select everything, grab Z. Oh. Grab A, Z. Move it up. So the case sits right on the floor.
1 time for your mind, 2 time for your soul.
I'm gonna select all these faces right here. We're gonna get this outline right here. If you notice, this extends past that outline, but we'll deal with that. Let's control. Let's do I. Yeah, nice thick outline. This works like this. This would be that part of that part for that handle. Yeah, we gotta watch how these things work like this. Like that. Okay, so this handle ends like so. Okay. Press K to get your knife tool. Come right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
I think I kind of average that out a little bit. Just by eye, it's all good. this will be that part of the. And we can make a cut right here. It's all good. I'm using the knife tool, which is K. And I snapped it in place, so we know this is where this outer part here is going to end. Also, we know that this part here is just the handle is shallow, so I'm going to right click. Sorry, not right click, or Control R, and I'm just going to go ahead and make this something like so. I want to make this side here a little thick. See, like the thickness of this here should be almost that thickness. It could be a little thicker. I'm going to come over faces. I'm going to get rid of these faces. Hold Control. Press delete. Okay, so we know that that's where the case handle is going to be. And to get this other part here, the case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this edge here, and this edge here, and I'm going to just subdivide those, just like that. I like the way this is ending, but I know it should be a little bit more like that here. Let's subdivide this line here into, like, I think it's 4 pieces, right? So subdivide. Let's go 4. Right, so we have 4 vertices. And then I'm going to bevel. And I'm going to go V. So you bevel those edges. Almost the same thickness. Select these edges again, just like that. This one. Select that one. Grab along the x-axis. And then we could always adjust all these points right here. So I'll show you what I mean by that. You could grab that. Z. And bring it like right on that point there. Grab Z. We have that hole happening over there. It's gonna delete. Actually, we shouldn't delete this. We have to do one more thing. We have to subdivide these parts here. Subdivide. Just gonna join these. Just select 2 points and just press J and it will make a cut. Now I'll just select the inside here and delete that. So we kind of get that back. Okay, so I want this shape back here. And already seen that the handle here is already too big, but we could always adjust all the proportions. So I'm gonna make a loop cut. Go to the side view. I'm just gonna make that a nice clean line like so. I'm just gonna subdivide this here. Going to the vertex mode. We got a 2 points subdivided. Now I want to go to this point right here, so I'm gonna press my knife tool. Okay. Go from here to here. Okay. Go from here to here. Then we get this shape here. Go to wireframe. I'm going to grab this handle, make it a little bit closer. Grab X. Let's release this. Bring that back. Back. I want to make sure everything is very flat for now. Let's go back over and select these faces. Yeah, so something got moved. And you can easily just flatten everything out. Vertex mode, just going to wireframe. Select that, scale. Y. Nice and flat. Select these here and do the same. Scale. Y. It's like as you do this stuff, you kind of want to keep track of certain things. Okay. Just going to get rid of this extra edge here. We kind of want to try to mirror back. Get rid of that. Oh. We gotta keep that. Okay, let's select where we want the handle. And we're gonna make this a separate object. Press P. Okay, so that's now a separate object. Give it a handle. Now we could just deal with this as a separate thing unto itself, right? So we could come here and select all the inside like this. And then we can extrude it up to this point here. Extrude. Extrude Y along the Y-axis, right? So we got that back here, right? And then of course we could make this solid. Press F. Oops, wrong one. This one right here. Press F on here, and then select that. And just keep pressing F, and then we'll try to fill out. I will deal with the rest later, but this is fine. I mean, you can literally just take this over here. Just take these. I'll show you something. You can take these, right, and then duplicate these. Grab, go along the y-axis. Come in and snap it like this. But what you're gonna do here, what you're gonna do here is to flip the normals, right? So go Alt and flip, you get that back. Just select these two things right here and press F and just fill that in. Select these two edges, press F. There's a handle for your case happening there. We might as well just try to fill up some of this. Select these, come here into the case itself. Well, I think something else could happen here, but it's all good. Select this edge here. This edge. Press E for extrude and snap it down to here. Select this vert, this vert. Okay, there's some things that needs to be flattened, but it's all good. We could flatten all those things later. Make it as airtight as possible. Extrude Z. I'm just cleaning up some edges and stuff. As you can see, the clean edges, you just do them. Okay, so we kind of have our basic handle happening there. And then what we want is to get this paneling stuff happening now. So let's separate the parts that are going to be paneled to their own object. Now this here is supposed to go all the way around. That's where this comes into play, so let's make that happen. Right click, split that. Just gonna press B. Let's do it again. Right click, press Alt B, then Control B, press B if you had it in the vertex mode. Do something like so. And scale along the Z-axis so it reaches up to that point. Or you could just simply select edge and bring it up to that point. Now snap that there. Make sure if you have a little lip there, a little something there, that'll work. Something like that. And this will carry around into our case. Now here I have a little divot coming down and like that. So let's try to see if we can get some of that happening. We want all this here to be one piece. So I'm gonna subdivide this part here. Let's subdivide it. Control E, subdivide. And that's kind of cool, but I'm just gonna bring it so it's almost the same spacing. It's a little bit less. Probably half of this edge here, like this would equal half of that. right? And let's make another subdivision cut. Subdivide that, and I'm gonna bevel that, duplicate it, bring it up. Okay. Then we're gonna select this edge. Grab. Let's move this edge along here to get that wedged look. Let's bring it halfway so it's kind of more or less pronounced. Right. So now we have this edge. Probably could be a little bit more. Something like that. So this is that. So what I'm doing, I'm looking at this is like this size, and it should be that size. And maybe this could be a little deeper. So be something like so. A little more pronounced of a clip. Okay, so we have our panels. Let's select them out. So this here is one panel here. So we're just going to select the whole thing as a shape. Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. Let's just make that into its own object. I'm gonna give it a little fancy name, panel. Yeah, so we got different colors here. Let's see if we can clean the shape up here a bit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this and this. Go tab. We're into vertex mode. I'm gonna select all the vertices along here. Let's do the wireframe. Select all those along here. Scale, and we're going to go into Y direction, 0. Select all these. Scale, we're in the Y direction, that's 0. So what's going on here? Okay, my bad. Let's do this over. Scale, Y, 0. Okay, so everything is more or less lined up. Okay, guys, as you could see, I was actually working on some cleaning up some edges, make sure everything fits tight, you know, fit tightly, and that kind of thing for now. And you know, just being a little more budget like with the polygons. Okay, so we're gonna get back to this. I'm gonna take a little break and let you guys just think about what we're doing right now, and yeah, we'll just continue working on this. Oh, make sure and save. Let's call this ammo box. Save it. Okay, make sure and save. Okay, we'll be right back. We'll continue working on this ammo box. I'm just gonna take a quick break, guys. Okay, I'm back. Alright guys, so seeing that we did some like vertex stuff here, let's just make sure all the vertices are tight on this. Let's select a vertice, press grab for G and then press Control for snap. And make sure that you have the snapping on up here on vertex. It should be all good. Let's just select these faces. Let's make sure they're all planar by selecting all the polygons and then pressing S for scale and then X and then Y axis and then press 0 and they're all nice and flat. And then press grab and just make sure it's all snapped on there really nicely. Okay, this is going to be our panel. Let's work on the blue panel before we worked on the main panel here. And if you notice, like this has some kind of edge there. I think it'd be cool if we kind of replicate some of that back. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come here, grab these faces like so. Let's press Control plus to select this part, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate this by pressing Y and grab for Z, and then along the Y axis I'm going to move it in and snap them like right here so that it's a little more inside, right? And we're going to bring the handle up to there. Let's grab the handles, do the same thing. A to select everything in the handle, grab, move it along the Y-axis, stop, G again, and then snap it. So we have a little bit of a space just for this part here. I think it would add some character to it. Let's go back into the blue part here, and let's make this. Let's just select these two like this, and press F for face. Make back a face there. Select these edges here. Make back a face. So let's select these edges here, and let's make a face that'll kind of go along here. Press E to extrude, and press Control to snap. E extrude, Control to snap, and snap it along. E, snap. E to extrude, Control to snap. E to extrude, move it to where you want it, and then hold Control, and it'll snap there. All right, so we have kind of like a little in thing there. And let's close up the insides here with the same blue. Let's press E, and remember it's being mirrored, so we're just gonna have to come here like so. Select that edge. This is fun, like pressing E for the edge to extrude it, and then holding Control to snap it to a point is fun. E, snap it like that. E to extrude, move it to where you want it, then hold Control, and then click, and it'll snap to that point. So the handle kind of like is along there, it's fine. Okay, now let's and we can even do more fancier stuff than we see here in the we could do more fancier stuff than what we're seeing here in the concept art. Let's see if we could do at least one fancies. What if we subdivide that? We make like a little like groove in here. What if we do that? Let's see. Right click. Something like so. Let's do it on the bottom also. What if we come up to there? Let's do that. Can we come up to there? What if we link these two here, J? So you could do a little improv. I mean, if it's something for a client, you probably won't want to change the design too much. But if you're doing it for yourself, you could do whatever you want, right? If you see that something could be improved a little bit, and you want to do it, you can do it. Just gonna move this and bring this over here. Just gonna do like that. Select like this, come across like so. And I'm just gonna extrude. So I extrude, I cancel the extrude, I'm gonna press Alt S. And it kind of brings it in just a little bit. We just want a little bit of a something like that. And it extrudes it evenly along the edges like this. And let's get rid of this this one thing here because it's making like let's get rid of that. Alright, so just come over here and select this point right here. Oops. Press GG and you could snap it right up to there. Come over here. Press GG. Okay, guess it did something. So I'm gonna select these polygons right here and you could delete these polygons. X faces, right? Press E, bring that up to so, right? Press E on this one, snap this up to here, and just link that back. Like so. Face. F. Select these. Press F. Now if you ever want to zoom into a part of Blender, say like you could select something and see like you're all the way out here, just select whatever you want and then press the period on your numpad and it'll zoom right into that selection. That's how you can find your way back if you're lost. Okay, so I think that little groove added a little something to what it is we have here. Although I don't like how this drops straight down, so I'm just going to select this edge here on the bottom of the groove here. And I'm gonna move it out. I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna move it along the x-axis, like so, so it kind of leads into that. Something like that. Okay, that's enough screwing around with this part here. I think this part is nice. Let's move on to this part. Okay, so we need to make some cuts in here. We press tab, and we're going to go to the side view. And let's see if we can get some of these cuts happening. Just split the middle of this polygon and then press B. Let's move it up to like about here. Now I want these things to line up, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, do something like this, I'm going to subdivide this too, bevel it, sorry, excuse me, bring it up to here, just like that, grab Z, bring it down to there, grab, move it along the Z axis, bring it up to here. We could slice this in half because this will be a mirror, so let's go ahead and do that to make it easier on ourselves. We're gonna select all the points, all the edges along here, and let's slice it in half. Subdivide it. All right. The wireframe, select all the faces along here. X. And we could like mirror it back down. Oh, we gotta have the right point. So we're gonna bring the cursor of this, bring it over here. Let's move the cursor to this point right here on that object, just to that point, and then press. You're just gonna move the thing to that point. Okay, I see what's going on here. Let's see. Just gonna move the cursor over here. I zoomed all the way in to get that infinite point right here. I'm sure the cursor's right on it. Like so. Oh yeah, hey Merlor, how are you doing? Nice to see you this Saturday. Yeah, I decided, you know, I will continue the box thing instead of having our regular chill out session. Yeah, we're poly modeling inside of Blender. Definitely. And we got a Y going on. Okay, let's bring this down. I'm gonna zoom in here again, guys. So bring that 3D cursor right here. Okay, yeah, it's definitely being projected down like that, but that's fine. Let's do this again. There we go. To do all of that when I could have just done something like this. Okay, it's even better. Okay, so now we just have to focus on this one part here. Could be better, but it is what it is. Oh man, you know, I hope things get better for you, you know, whatever's going on. I know life has its challenges from time to time, especially when it comes to people. Especially when it comes to people, exactly. Sure, yeah, exactly. Apparently 3D Code is very famous for its voxel modeling. Yep. I've seen people do a lot of hard surface and concept in it. What's your opinion on making hard surface stuff? Okay, so to be honest with you, I think 3D Code is really good at organic modeling, right? In voxels. Now, I'm only talking about voxels here. So my opinion is, if you're doing organic voxel modeling, 3D Code is going to win, right? It's going to win in that. Now, it also wins in doing hard, like to do something like this in 3D Code will take me like, is a lot faster than doing it here in Blender, right? So to do voxel hard surface modeling, that, you know, what we've been doing in 3D Code is even better. But the downside of it is you got to keep track of what 3D Code itself is doing, else you can have a big mess. So that's probably something, you know, we could touch. Probably, you know, from after doing this here in Blender, we could jump over the 3D code, get the same thing done relatively quickly. But I could probably show you guys the things that you need to look out for when you're doing hard surface modeling in voxels in 3D code. So that, you know, I think that'll be a pretty fun thing to do. I'm so glad you asked that question. Okay guys, so we got this happening here. So I gotta make some cuts here. So I just gotta keep track. So I gotta continue this edge down to here, which ends into right here. So I'm just gonna do something like this. It's not that serious where, you know, you could get the exact angle on this if you want, but you know me guys, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. And I'm using a knife tool here in Blender. Set that down. Let's make sure these 2 points here are level. Scale Z 0. Okay, they're level. Right, and this doesn't look like it's bending. Okay, so that's there like that. And let's see here. So I want this part here to now come at this same angle here. Yeah, it's turning into a mess if not monitored. Yes, that's correct. It's something I've heard people say as well in regards to that. Yeah. So long as you know what to look for, it's all gravy, my friend. It's, you know, and I could talk. I wouldn't talk about it here, but I could mention a little bit. What you look out for is how much voxel, like how much things are being voxelized in 3D code. That's the resolution of the voxels. Keeping track of that in 3D code is your bread and butter. I'm gonna scale this in here a bit. Scale this in here a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, like about that. Guys, there's better ways to get this kind of angle down better, but and I have a straight eye, so I eyeball things. Well, what you could do, let me show you how to do it without having to eyeball. What you do is like you grab an edge, like right here. Let's go grab an edge, right, and you duplicate that edge, right, and you just scale it like so, and then you get a perfect like ruler for an edge. Let's do it with this other side here. Duplicate this edge, scale it. Alright, so you can see I'm off. So let's go back down to the vertice mode here. Grab Y. And you want to move it along the... Oh, what's happening here? Grab. Oh. My bad. Okay, grab. Oh. Go along the Z-axis until you get right to that line. You can zoom. You can even zoom in infinitely. Go into wireframe if you like. Oh, come on. Okay. So I'm pressing grab then Z, and then you can just move it right there. It's a clever trick. Yeah, this is, you know, you pick up little things, right? Along the way. So let's see here. Let's go back into solid mode. I'm gonna select these same guys. I'm gonna bring them down, grab, and oh my gosh, grab and Z, right? And you bring. I need to get that same kind of angle happening somewhere in here. Now I'm looking at the concept and seeing, you know, how this is gonna work out. I don't want it here. So I definitely want it somewhere like about here. Let's take it right here. You get it right on that edge here. No, this here is facing the other way. So let's select that and let's do scale along the y-axis. Actually, let's mirror this. Control M, like so. So we get that same kind of slash happening back. I don't know if that will work, but you know, it's something we could use. Okay. Yeah, this is going to cut right into here. This is going to cut right in here. See, remember we drew this by hand, so it's not like 100% like all straight and everything like that. Let's just deal with one thing at a time. So I'm going to come here and we're going to select these edges and we're going to subdivide them. And we could probably get rid of this middle edge also. Just come into 3D, let's press X, get rid of that. We just want to keep things as simple as possible. Take these 2 points here and then we're gonna Control E, subdivide that. Yeah, oh, immediately you get an edge. Let's just focus on the vertices. Grab Z, just move that vertice down. Oops, sorry, let's go back to this view here. So that vertice drops right on that line. Let's bring this other vertice down. Right, you can merge that with this. Alright, so we get that look. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this edge and get rid of it. So we kinda wanna get back some of the look that we have here. Ideally what you would wanna do, with this stuff is that you actually wanna do this, grab X. You want all your angles to match up with these angles. That's ideally what you want to do, ideally. If it doesn't do it, don't feel bad. Right? If you get them pretty close, it's good too. So I'm gonna try to get this angle here at least like that. So what I'm gonna do, seeing that this is 2 separate objects, select this object, then that object. Press tab to edit both of them at the same time. Go into vertex mode. From here, I'm gonna select only this vertex, grab, and Z. Actually, I need this one also. There you go. Select these, grab Y, Z actually, it'll come up until it lines up. Press tab. Okay, let's deal with this. Go back into solid mode. Okay, so something happened here. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's see. Okay, so something is weird is going on here, but I'll deal with that separately. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, okay. I see what's happening. So what if we split this? Let's get rid of this bottom part. On the blue piece. Aha. Let's go back here, select this. Let's bring this down, grab Z. This is where, like, you know, you start to like clean up some symmetry and that kind of thing. Let's go back into solid mode, see what I'm doing. I want to make this perfectly, you know, coming symmetrical like that. Let's delete this. Let's come here. Vertex mode, let's select this right here. Oh, I got a little straggler. Let's get rid of that. Okay, select here. I'm gonna bring the cursor over there. Actually, bring the cursor over here. Right, I'm gonna put my pivot point right there. And let's see if we
Weren't
could
Saturdays
apply.
supposed to be on Magma? Sad face.
Hey, I could still go on Magma, BC sit. You know, we normally do the magma thing. I will definitely go on Magma right after this. Okay, so I applied the mirror modifier, so everything is better. Let's go back into here. Now the question, BC said, would you be on Magma when I'm on Magma, or would I be by myself? Probably, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm almost finished with this case thing here. I'll see you on Magma. You hang around. I think last couple streams I was on Magma by myself, coloring by myself, and playing games by myself as usual. Let's see here. So I'm gonna subdivide this here, guys. Okay, see where the problems is there. I'll fix that. And the cool thing, I would love to have Magma in the stream, so people who don't know what it is or what we normally do on a Saturday, they could get to see that. I don't ever record those streams, but this one we will record. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just fixing up the symmetry on this object. Can you play I Wish I Was at Your House in the background? Of course! Of course! That would be so cool. I'm not opposed to somebody helping me co-host the stream, you know, like you could totally do that. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that guide edge. So we gotta strike, so I gotta make one more cut here. Right? And notice this cut is gonna be a little bit different than this. Or should it? I mean, should I come at the lower point here and then make the cut? Let's see. Just grab and well, grab that, grab, and then Z. Now if I do that, then we will have, I guess it will work. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. So we got that like that, that like that, and this would end up being a smaller cut here. I'm just trying to see, guys, what would look interesting. I think this might work. Actually, the other way might work. Grab. Let's undo that. Grab. Z. Let's come up to here. Let's do it up to there. Right on that point. Okay, let's make that cut. Easiest way to do it is just press K. Come along here. K along there. You can get rid of this edge, extra edge. Yep, we could get rid of that. Press this, grab Z, bring it right on that edge. We're going to wireframe just to see it, and this kind of line it up. Okay, we get rid of the guided edge. Okay, now let's view everything in solid mode. Now let's select our pieces out. Notice it looks a little bit different because The edge is a lot more angled. Get rid of this. So we got that. This is a piece. So let's select all the pieces. So a piece would be like.
Where my song Sad Face?
Where's your song? What song are you talking about, Besisit? Select these out. So I think these pieces here look a lot more dynamic than this singular piece here. So let's separate this P, right? That looks a lot more dynamic. Look at that, guys. Okay, so we've definitely got that piece there. Got that piece there. Now notice that I have like these extra cuts in here. Like that. Let's try to see if we could make that a thing. Let's make that a thing. So I am going to go back into here. I'm going to select an edge and duplicate it and scale it like what we did last time. And let's see if we could use this to carry through some other things. Let's duplicate it again. Let's scale it in. Actually, no. Let's leave that. Oh, where am I? Grab it. Okay. Scale. Okay, we got it. And let's make this a separate object. Let's select it and let's get rid of the mirror on this. So I'm just gonna convert it into a full object here. Select that object, and we're gonna make these marks inside of here. I'm going to select these two parts. Oh, hold on here. Okay, we got that back. We want to select this edge. Okay, here we go. Okay, and then I'm going to scale this. So duplicate. Okay, so what I did, I duplicated it. Scale it as Y. So to scale it like along this plane, I don't know if you're watching the cursor, the little the screen overlay. You press Shift Y to exclude the axis you want to scale it on. So I think something thick like this might work. I'm gonna make this into a thing, so I'm gonna select these two edges and press F. Edges and press F. Just like that. You could scale that. Let's just leave it like so. That might be fine. Let's see, scale. Okay. It's like this side here, I'm gonna flip that. Okay, so we got a thing here for what we need. So let's see how this this could translate into these kind of like these icon things that's happening here. Duplicate that. I'm gonna select this. Whoa. Okay, I see what's happening. Let's just bring this to the center. So I'm bringing the cursor to the center of the geometry and then scaling it. Heyo! Okay, so yeah, so that angle doesn't lend for me going out. And you know what? It almost doesn't matter really, but let's see.
Play my song please, I beg you, I'll even Mioe for you please.
Oh, did you send me a song? Hold on here. Did you send me a song on Discord? Is that what it is? Is the song copyrighted, BCC? I can't, I mean, on Twitch here you cannot do copyrighted songs. Where is the song? I have no idea what you're talking about. Where's the song? Okay, so you see what's happening here is like I can't quite get that angle here because I mean this a loose drawing. But let's see how else we could get this delta symbol happening. I'll give it a different name, call it delta. Change the color on that a bit so we can see what's going on. Oh, color hasn't changed much. A. Come on, Blender. Delta. I'll put a 0. Put 3. Okay, change the color a bit there. Just gonna duplicate this. Okay, I see what's going on here. So I'm trying to work this design into here a bit. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but it has to be pretty close. Or whatever song you want me to play, you gotta send it. I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about. And it can't be copyrighted either. Okay, so I think this might work. Okay, that could work like that. That could work like that. Let's see this one. Yeah, and that could totally, so yeah, we got some symbols happening here. Let's merge these. Let's select all these right here. Scale. Whoa. So being able to control the cursor is pretty key in Blender. Okay, see that we got a couple stray vertices that we gotta fix. There we go. It was good to see things in vertex mode from time to time. Okay, we got that nice there. See if we can merge these. Merge by distance. Yep, there you go. Okay, so this would be a good way to stamp these on here. Select these inner edges, get rid of these. Oh, or can you? I don't know. Let's select this outer edge here first. Okay, so what I want to do now, duplicate that so we just have this. Make this its own object. Let's get rid of these. Alright, and you want to convert this. To convert things, I'm going to convert it to curves. But to convert, you select whatever it is you want here in Blender. And then you go into Object, and there's a Convert menu. And you can convert things between meshes and curves. Okay, let's do the first cut in here. Yes, I'm just gonna select this curve here. I'm just gonna scale it just a little bit. Not very much on the edge. Select this curve here. I'm gonna bring it in a bit. No, actually let's bring it in a bit. I'm gonna check this one out here. Select this one here. I'm gonna move this here. Grab X. Okie dokes. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna select these edges. Gonna select this, and then you come in here and you select everything, right? And then what you want to do, you want to do what's the name of that again? It's like project. You want to be able to project the curve onto the mesh, right? It's called knife project. Knife project. Okay. No other object selected has a wire boundary edge for its projection. Okay. Well, let me go back here and just double check this. Oh, is this still let's convert this into a curve. Okay, should be a curve now. Is it still a, what's going on here? It's still a mesh. Hold on here. Control C. Oh, it's a curve now. Okay. I don't know what was going on there for a minute. Okay, let's go back. This view. Okay, I want to select the curve, then the mesh. Select everything in the mesh. And now you want to do that knife project. Bam, look at that. It totally did it. Oh, except that it did this part here, which we didn't want, but it's fine. It's all good. Let's just select the parts that we want. We're just gonna separate those. I'm gonna come back in here. We did the extra cut and get rid of those edges. It's all good. Like so. Alright, so we got this. Let's do the last piece. We can actually get rid of these extra edges right here. Let's separate this one right here. Separate it, okay. So I want to select this, then that. Go into a perfect view here. Select everything, and then knife project again. And then separate that. Okay. Alright, let's just merge these. G. Alright, so we kind of get that happening there. Select this one here. Separate that. So what we could do now is I'm going to start merging these back with the pieces they belong to. So I'm going to merge this with this. Alright, I'm going to merge these with this. Alright, we could get rid of this template if we want, if you like. Kind of keep things kind of clean. So now that we get some nice clean cuts through here, or cleanish cuts, let's extrude these. I'm just gonna make sure and weld everything. So I'm gonna go in vertex mode, select everything, and let's do weld by distance. Let's turn the distance down just a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Let's come here, do the same thing. Let's weld by distance. I'm gonna get rid of little extra edges. Try to keep things as clean as I can. We could get away with a whole lot if you like with this stuff. Alrighty, so let's make this let's extrude this. So the way that we're gonna extrude to get a thickness on this, you could use a shell modifier in here. It's not called a shell, it's actually called solidify. Let's try using solidify and see what we got. Put the solidify to the tippy top. So you can solidify in many different ways. You can solidify like this, which it does a pretty decent job, and you can control the thickness. Let's go 0.3. Offset, let's put 0. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to select these cuts right here, the polygons in these cuts, and I'm going to extrude them in. And extrude it down just a little bit. Can I get rid of some of this stuff? Let's do something like that. And extrude this one too. Extrude. Extrude it down to the same depth as these are here. Okay, so we kind of have something like that. Now let's put that solidify back on there. Now this is where the solidify kind of let's come back here. Mode simple, complex. So the solidify is kind of breaking down here a bit, so let's get rid of that. So we could do it the manual way, which is all good. Manual way, I'm just gonna grab these and just move these along. And grab all those. Grab. I'm gonna move it along the y-axis. Grab Y. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna move it out a little bit so I could see. But notice how like this part here is not doing. So what you actually want to do is to Alt S to scale it. Let's see. Or you can move this part here and then that part there. It's all good. Let's go Y. I move it 0.01 or minus 0.01. Let's go. Let's go 1. Let's go minus 0.05. .05. I like that thickness. Let's go 0.3. Okay, we're moving minus 0.03 along this axis, and I'm gonna move this plane the same thing. Grab. I'm gonna go along the X. 0.03. Right? So we got that evenly. Alright. And this way now, we could select just the outer edges and extrude those. And everything should work perfectly without any kind of anomalies. It's good to know like little techniques like this from time to time. Let's just extrude. I'm gonna do a first extrude up to here. Extrude to this lip here. I'm gonna select this extra piece here now. And then I'm gonna extrude it the rest of the way. Extrude. Connects like so. Let's just get rid of this extra edge. And we're gonna grab this point right here. Let's snap that right there in that edge. I'm going to do the same thing for this side. Grab all the points along here. And extrude. Now notice how this is like kind of sharing. That's because of how we did that move out. And we could fix that. Just gonna grab this edge here. I'm gonna move them back into place. Let's grab like, this point here also. Just basically this face has to come back in the place. Let's just grab something like that, right? And if you want, you can leave a little space just to kind of indicate. Grab X or Y, just you know, to kind of show a seal kind of thing happening. Let's just do a little bit of a space. Grab Y, move it in. So there's a little gap. It's fine. Okay, we're almost done. Okay. Now we could leave this part here kind of like more inset, but I'm gonna bring it up to this level to kind of stick with the concept a little bit more. Select everything here. And if you want, you could actually try to shrink this so that there's a little bit of a gapage happening, but we'll see if we could do that after. Grab. And let's move this along the Y, move it to the tippy top like so, snap it. Everything's been mirrored properly. Wonder if I could shrink it. Let's see, Alt S. Yeah, that'll probably create a little bit of a mess, so I'm not gonna do it. Let's just continue to fill this up. Not gonna do this side, not gonna do that side. This side actually belongs to this side. Yeah, so there's a couple little things that's happening here. Let's E, let's extrude it. And as you see, to fix, you could fix as you go, right? Let's extrude again. Alrighty. I don't believe we need this part here. And let's just isolate this just to see the door on this. Could take this part here and extrude it. So it stops right there. So it's like a solid piece almost. Just doing a little inspection. Let's inspect this piece right here. Yep, these look okay. Alright, you could even try to separate these a bit. Let's go come out here, let's go P, separate that. Alright, so we have like these three pieces. Okay. Mission accomplished. There we are, guys. So well, we have these little triangle parts up here, and you know we could do that by you know, like what we did with the stamping things out. It's a little triangle part up here. All we have to do is create one, and it should echo through. It should be copied through. Could make a cut like this. Should be a rather quick way to get that triangle working. I'm trying to make quick work of some of these little doodad things. Not perfect, but more or less good enough for us to get what we need to get done. Maybe that should be a little bit on top rather than inset. That. Just press Y on that. Let's subdivide this. Press G. Bring it up to there. Let's join that. Okay. Make this into a new object. And if you put like numbers on the end of these things, a random number or random if you go like B or something, you get like different colors and random colors and stuff. Okay, there we go. Let's bevel this edge a little bit. Just bevel it right here, B. Let's continue, let's subdivide this here. Although this subdivision here is now unnecessary. So I wouldn't do it, let's just leave it. We got a little bit of an edge here, you know, so if you could go through and bevel a lot of these edges, what happens is it gives what you're doing a little more weight. You know, that's one way of getting some weight, you know, something to look a little bit heavy. Okay, so there's some stuff going on there. So to apply, merge. And you don't have to bevel every edge, you just bevel the edges that, you know, just lend to things, you know, looking a little more grounded. Yeah, something like that is fine. If things don't want to, you know, if things don't want to obey, then, you know. Yeah, like that's a floating edge right there. It's all good. You can definitely start to sort out these things as they come, right? Like this little part right here. It's all good. Trying to give the case a little bit of heaviness, and you could go through and bevel a bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to. Let's just leave it like this for now, and let's put this here, cursor there. Okay. All right, guys. So I would say this kind of concludes that, and of course, you know, you could go ahead and start to add your colors and different things like that. So let's try that. Let's go here into rendering. Actually shading, the shading tab. Let's put a plane down. And we're in EV. Let's get some shading happening in EV. And with occlusion, screen to space reflections. Go a little more. Let's put a sky in. So I'm trying to get everything to show up properly in here. Put 0 on that. Okay, so we got this now. Let's add some materials from here. No, we could close, or we could keep that. Let's move this over here. We got a new material. I wanted the outer case here to be like a metal, so we turn the roughness down a bit. Turn the sheen down a bit, turn the subsurface down a bit, turn up the metalness. Turn the metalness down a little bit. Keep the specularity at 0.5. We go 0.3 just to make it a little sharper. And the base color, let's bring that down. Go into our, let's go into our yellow here. Let's go 0.5 on this. Let's do 0.9 on that. Metals. And the more rough it is, the more diffuse it is. Turn the roughness down and bring it up just a smidgen. Yeah, so 0.3 on that. Let's go 0.2 on that. Okay, let's move on to the handle. Remember, the handle is supposed to be kind of rubber. Let's give it a little rotate on this. I'm gonna turn this floor here. Just make the handle rubber. Base color, I'm gonna go with this red. Alright, we're going to diffuse up a bit. The roughness up. I notice there's like little striations on there and all those textures we could add later. I'm adding a little bevel on there, a little bevel modifier to give it a little, you could do that, just a little bit of something. You want to smooth it out because rubber is a little smooth. The subdivision, let's go 3 on that. And let's make this, make it 3 on that. Just kind of smoothing out the handle there. Let's give it a little bit of subsurface. Giving a little bit of subsurface there. Make it a little gummy looking. Okay, so that looks a little gummy to me. 0.3 on that still. Okay, now to do these pieces right here, let's try them. I want to make the base color like this a little bit. Just a little bit closer to the base. Panel. We're going to add the same material to these. Add a little roughness to this. I wanted this to be like also like a brush metal. Maybe a 0.2 on that. Specularity is fine. Just tune up a little metalness on this. 0.7. So we could lighten it back a bit. Something like that. Okay, let's add some more interest to this. So we're gonna add a ambient occlusion. I don't know if this will read through. Okay, so this is one of these things where, you know, you could get more traction from using cycles. So let's go over to cycles. Let's organize this. Let's make this emissive. Put this red. Emission strength, I'll turn that up to 3. Let's go back into EV. Let's turn bloom on. roughness down, this color. Okay, yeah, that's on to show through. Okay, it's on to look a little bit. Now there's different like different things you could do to call edges out and all that sort of stuff, even in EV and cycles. One thing is pointiness, but we don't have, I don't think we have enough to do pointiness here, but let's try. Let's do a slight shift on these, just like this. Grab. Okay, so you see what I did? I just shifted it just a little bit so we could get some of that seam happening in there. Let's remove the pointiness on this thing. Let's see what happens. Don't know if it's actually aiding to this that much because okay, we do get some of that there. Let's try inside. Oh, there we go. We do get a little something happening there. Let's make another one of these. Oh. Make it a little bit lighter. Add in a second material on the inner panel, so we kind of get something like that, but the inner panel material is a little browner, so I'll make it a little browner. Something like so. Just kind of close to that. Let's see if we could get the color on this a little bit nicer. See if we could get this a little more red. Okay guys, I think we have it here. Now what you could do is to add, we could actually add like some more variation to here. So let's see if we could get like a brush metal thing here on the normals and see if we could add that. New vector, I'm gonna go normal map. Add a normal map here, and let's look to see if we could get something like brush metal in our folder, in our assets folder. Textures and then normal maps. So brush metal, bring that in. And I want it to be non-color. Put that in there. All right. So notice how it's like this. So a flat. Let's go box. Okay, box. Repeat single image. Okay. Now what we're gonna do now? So we have the box. Now we're gonna tile this. Gonna go here, input. Gonna go actually in vector. You're gonna go mapping. Let's do like that. And now we could change the scale on this. Let's go 3, 3, 3. I think this is because this is being mirrored. Let's go linear. So a box flat. Right. And I'm gonna use a mapping node here. Texture coordinate node. And we could do in texture coordinate node you could go like generated, or you could go, which is generated does pretty alright. And let's do objects. So I have this here. Let's go like set a like an empty object here. And you could tell the empty object, instead of being axes, you could tell it to be like a cube. Right? And I think there's a special way to really set this up. Let's call this UV box. This is one of the ways I kind of get around this. Let's look for UV box. Okay, I'm gonna go back into here. And I'm gonna put the object into here. Oh, look at that. That looks great already. And put that into vector. Look at that. And I think there's an offset here that we're supposed to do. I think maybe like maybe 0.5 on here. 0.5 on here, if I could remember. I think what we're seeing here is like the fact that it's being mirrored. Select this. go into the mirror. Let's go back to 0 on this. Okay, object. Point. Go back to scale 1. Kinda like the look of that. Alright, and you can control it by the scale of this object here. Scale the object down. Let's lessen the linear flat. Yep. Let's lessen the strength. Let's go 0. And let's add a little bit at a time. 0.1, 0.3. Yeah. So that looks great. And let's take the roughness down a bit. Let's go 0.1 on that. Alright guys, so I think this is cool for now, you know. Obviously we could continue tweaking this to Kingdom Come. You know, but I think this is cool enough. Ambient occlusion, interior. Yep. So I think this works out, guys. This is our case done in Blender. It's okay so far. Awesome. And that concludes that. Okay, so seeing that we have this case all finished up here in Blender, close this here. Let's hide our plane, movie. That's it, guys. That's the grip. We can even add the same UV thing into the grip here to get that corrugated look into the grip that we wanted. You know, so maybe we try that. You want to try that? Let's try that. Let's go back into shading, and let's get our same corrugated look back. So I'm gonna come back here. Right? We're gonna make a duplicate of the UV box. Move this right here, and that's for the handle. We're going to select the handle, and we're going to drop that brush metal back in here again. Right. Brush metal normal is non-color, of course, and we're going to go in vector, and we're going to go in normal map, and put this down in here. Alright, so immediately it's getting something, and let's add vectors. Go like a mapping node, goes into here, and then we're gonna put like in here, we're gonna put a texture coordinate, and the texture coordinate we're getting it from is from the second box, and it's based on the object, so we put that into vector. Right, so immediately we start to get that thing there, but we want to rotate it, so let's rotate this. Yeah, we rotate it on 90 along the Y. Okay, now we can control the size of this. Let's scale it up, because I think ours were. Let's just scale it down a bit. I have a little bit of corrugation in there, and then we can control the strength. Let's go to strength 0. Slowly put the strength up. See, this is strength all the way up. Let's turn it down a bit. Something like so. Yeah, so we got a little texture happening on that one. Let's go back. Okay, we hide these UV boxes. And there you go. That's our... This is our bad boy right here. Let's turn the subsurface down on that handle a bit. Let's go 3 on that. Turn the specularity down. Let's get a little more red. Let's turn the subsurface up to 1 on that. Okay, that's a lot better. Yeah, we actually move these a bit. Just like that. Okay. There we go. That be it. Turn the environment strength down a bit. 0.5. Let's go 0.3 on that. Sun strength should be. Okay guys, so yeah, anyway, so that's our case. Hope this little tutorial of what you could do in Blender helped out. And of course, you know, as with anything, you know, you keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, you know, until you get something that kind of works out for you in whatever way you need it to work out for you. And you could like even go further and just add a little bevel modifier to this. You could do a lot of things, right? I did the bevel modifier, add a little bit to that. Alright guys, so yeah, so that's it for this. We are finito. We are done. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into Magma. So if you want to know what Magma is, Magma is an online kind of collaborative drawing app. And I know one of my followers on here, BCC, is really a cool guy. You know, say, hey Nick, why aren't you on Magma? You know, like, what are you doing? Let's get the Magma thing popping. So, I mean, you know, let's get it happening. So, we're gonna do that. A lot of times I've been on Magmas kind of more or less by myself, you know. So if I'm end up by myself, I'll just probably draw something and color it real quick. Maybe there should be like a sunlight in here. Let's try that. Ooh, yeah. All of a sudden the sun adds so much more. Okay, let's do the magma thing, guys. Okay guys, I'm gonna post this magma invite. So anyone that's watching could jump in here and we could have some fun. So that's the invite for magma. I'll try to pin it. So you can use, if you're on a phone, you can use a finger or a mouse or whatever it is you got. I know on the last magma session, you know, I was like going into some like mythical creature. I did a flower actually, a flower with a face, but you know, I know the last couple magma things we kind of I went into like drawing dragons and stuff, so or dinosaurs, you know, also known as dragons. Kind of fun fact. So yeah, so if you see that link right there, you could jump in there for free and you could draw with me. Oh, let's go. I'll go to my week. Come on, let's go to magma. Okay, here we are in magma. Now, the thing about magma is getting inspiration to draw. Let's see here. You know what? We were looking at some favorite artists here. Thinking like Range Matura. Let me try something like that. Let's try a Range Matura face. That with that kind of art style. kind of like my version of it. Mix my style with kind of like his style. And probably we could get anyone to come in here and just kind of color it. If you would like to color what you're seeing on the screen here, just jump right in. Okay, I think this one is a lot more delicate. Okay, feel free if you want to color it. Here we go. I'm gonna post this back in the. I'm gonna post this back in the chat there. There we go. I think I'm beginning to run. I'm just going to leave it like that. If anybody wants to jump in and add color to this, feel free. I'll just leave it up on the screen for a little bit. Another invite. yeah, so in the meantime, what do I do? We've been streaming for like about 3 hours, which is not bad. And the beginning of the stream, you know, we had tried to finish up that box design, you know, where we sketched out the design and then we modeled it in Blender, and we added some materials, and it was pretty cool. You know, it's pretty straightforward. Then I jumped on here in Magma. Not only that, you know, someone could come in and color, you know, also in Magma we could play a game. So there's a game called Box. If you're watching, I don't know if you know about it. Let's see if I can get it up here. It's a game I used to play a long time ago with friends. It's pretty fun. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there we go. So in the game, you know, you add these dots. I'll put some dots right here. Like so. It's a pretty fun game. Oh, these dots are kind of crazy right now. Right? And what you do with a friend, you each take turns putting down a stroke. Let me get a different color here. Alright, so each takes turns putting down a stroke to connect the box, right? So I'll put a that stroke down, and then my friend, you know, his turn, he could put a stroke over here, and then my turn, I could put a stroke over there, and his turn, he could put another stroke connecting here. But the objective of the game is, after you make so many moves, then you have no choice but to make a move that leads into you making a box. So like, say like we reached here, and then my friend comes here like this. Actually, my friend color is blue. So yeah, my friend makes another thing like this, and then I come in and make one stroke like this, and then now it's my friend's turn. And what he's gonna do, he has a chance to make a complete box. So he does like this, then he makes another box, complete box like that, and then he gets to put his name in there, like friend, F for friend. And say like it's his turn to move, and he makes a move like down here like that. Then it's my turn, and I could complete this box here, and I could complete that box by making moves, and then I put my initials in there, and that's how you play the game. And whoever gets the most amount of boxes wins. You know, so you know, a lot of like entertainment in the past, you know, like getting, you know, playing that game, man. I used to play it on like, you know, like notebooks, and play them in notebooks and things. So we have like full notebook pages full with those things, with those boxes made. Now if you look at some, at least maybe like 10 videos back, you'll probably see me playing box with one of my followers here, Michelle. You know, and Michelle was pretty savage, man. Michelle is pretty competitive, so Michelle came in here and like did a bunch of boxes. And even you know, like even with these some of these chill out sessions, we got people like BCC that would come in and draw, and we'd draw and we'd color each other's drawings. Like I did this like drawing right here, like Michelle would come in and he would, you know, color the drawing and that kind of thing, you know. You know, or I would color their drawings, and also it's just, you know, just hangout session a little bit. So this is a little mixture of a hangout session with you know, with the actual tutorial part, you know, of making a kind of designed kind of ammo case box in Blender. So okay, so I think I'll wrap up the stream for now. You know, it's been fun, and I did this drawing. Maybe at another time we could come back in and I could probably color this drawing, you know, and that kind of thing. Or if you want me to do a tutorial on, like, you know, how I approach drawing, and I can do that also. You know, whatever, anything like that. But you know, I'll continue on our regularly kind of scheduled program of you know, of doing you know, pretty cool stuff. And now that I'm looking at her hair could actually be long now that I'm watching it. Instead of being like shaved like that, one side could be completely long. Yeah, it's so funny how, like, you know, like I could watch it and I could see how we could come in now with some longer hair. And that's the whole thing, you know. It's not to be like, you know, the best at every little iota. It's just to have fun, man. Like, if you stop having fun, then I don't know, then things, you know, is not as fun. if you stop having fun, things is not as fun, for sure. You know, and you learn by making mistakes and screwing up, and, you know, the more mistakes you make doing this stuff, the better you'll get, because you would make mistakes quicker and you learn from them quicker. But if you're afraid of making mistakes or screwing up, like I could screw this drawing up like royally, you know, as good as I think it looks, you know, somebody would do a drawing that's even better than this, you know. So I don't know, I just never put the pressure on myself, because I think, like, when I was really young, like a kid, there was no internet, or at least not where I was. You know, I was on a Caribbean island, so, you know, there's no fear of, like, seeing anybody doing anything better or different, or nobody was there to criticize what you do and stuff like that. So it kind of allowed for a certain kind of freedom, you know. And then back then, like, you know, you learn to not, like, care too much what people think. Not too much. You care to a degree, but not, you don't let it wreck your world, you know. So if something is not as good or whatever it is, you know, okay, well, you know, it's not good to you, but it's good to me, kind of thing. You know, that's what you normally would say. And, you know, and that's cool. Now that I'm watching this, I'm just adding more stuff to it, guys. I'm gonna add some hatching. Yeah, something like that, whatever. It's all good. Yeah, it's fine. Something like that. It's all good, guys. Can't get it wrong either way. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. Oh, that was fun. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for I just want to big up BC Sid for coming in and saying hello and asking me about a song that I can't that I don't understand. Yeah, can you play I Wish I Was at Your House in the background? I wish I was at your house. I have no idea what that song is. Cause that's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, I mean, and then more lore for coming in and even asking me about certain things to do with modeling. You know, Molo is pretty awesome. Comes in, interacts with me. It's pretty fun. You know, Molo, I just want to shout you out. You know, and big up to you. Very cool. You know, and everybody who normally lurks and watch me after the fact, you know, I just want to say hello to you. You guys take it easy. And have a good one. xsinick out. Very cool. This was a really cool stream. Alright guys, hopefully I'll see you guys Monday. God bless.